Aware of the decision. Aware of the decision. If you had fixed the car, we wouldn't have had to take it to the mechanic. If you had fixed the car, we wouldn't have had to take it to the mechanic. Lisa's going to the beach, and I'm going there too. Lisa's going to the beach, and I'm going there too. Didn't tile before? Didn't tile before? When will we leave the house? When will we leave the house? Should he be a firefighter immediately? Should he be a firefighter immediately? Can he vote? Can he vote? They will go on vacation in the morning. They will go on vacation in the morning. How did you do this? How did you do this? In case you don't have friends in town. In case you don't have friends in town. He's not bartending that night. He's not bartending that night. I can use it every day. I can use it every day. I'll meet you at the cafe after work. I'll meet you at the cafe after work. Would they pull? Would they pull? They wear matching clothes on special occasions. They wear matching clothes on special occasions. Can't they fail sometimes? Can't they fail sometimes? Questionnaire. Questionnaire. The moon changes phases throughout the month. The moon changes phases throughout the month. No points after 2 weeks? No points after 2 weeks? Can I be a lieutenant this afternoon? Can I be a lieutenant this afternoon? I didn't judge. I didn't judge. He will play in the championship game next week. He will play in the championship game next week. This is a fast car. This is a fast car. If it's not raining, we can go cycling. If it's not raining, we can go cycling. Is there a deli counter in the store? Is there a deli counter in the store? I will send it at night. I will send it at night. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a success. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a success. Would take note. Would take note. Should mention. Should mention. Almost. Almost. Will start last year. Will start last year. Our relatives are physicists. Our relatives are physicists. You've never been an esthetician before. You've never been an esthetician before. If you don't feel well, you should see a doctor. If you don't feel well, you should see a doctor. Today I want to talk about obedience. Today I want to talk about obedience. Were my relatives waitresses? Were my relatives waitresses? He will go on vacation in the summer. He will go on vacation in the summer. How many languages did you speak last year? How many languages did you speak last year? They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. Will it grow at noon? Will it grow at noon? You should save some money for emergencies. You should save some money for emergencies. We can avoid heavy traffic if we leave early. We can avoid heavy traffic if we leave early. I drink coffee in the morning. I drink coffee in the morning. Our brother was a baker. Our brother was a baker. Does it warn you at sunrise? Does it warn you at sunrise? In 10 years I will be living in Australia. In 10 years I will be living in Australia. They will be staying at home this weekend. They will be staying at home this weekend. He is working on a draft of the novel. He is working on a draft of the novel. May come close. May come close. Didn't I just bake? Didn't I just bake? He's going to paint the bedroom. He's going to paint the bedroom. Do you have a loyalty card? Do you have a loyalty card? Then you can believe. Then you can believe. Won't agree after a second. Won't agree after a second. What's the problem? What's the problem? Will he not rest immediately? Will he not rest immediately? I give up. I give up. Try. Try. Weren't we behaving? Weren't we behaving? The dog is sleeping peacefully. The dog is sleeping peacefully. This is a hard question. This is a hard question. Can't we accept weekly? Can't we accept weekly? You'll be waiting for the bus when I call you. You'll be waiting for the bus when I call you. You often feel. You often feel. If he had a map, he would find his way. If he had a map, he would find his way. Could you please remind me to buy bread tomorrow? Could you please remind me to buy bread tomorrow? Can you start the week? Can you start the week? I have to diet. I have to diet. I will help you with your project. I will help you with your project. He plays basketball with his brother. He plays basketball with his brother. Don't I always have to go? Don't I always have to go? I wish I had more motivation to exercise regularly. I wish I had more motivation to exercise regularly. They answer my silence. They answer my silence. Addiction policy. Addiction policy. 3. I don't want to lose so much for love. 3. I don't want to lose so much for love. Have you watched the new Marvel movie? Have you watched the new Marvel movie? We usually go hiking in the mountains. We usually go hiking in the mountains. Would not remember. Would not remember. His brother was a locksmith. His brother was a locksmith. He was walking his dog in the park. He was walking his dog in the park. I can laugh. I can laugh. Let's discuss the pros and cons of each option before making a decision. Let's discuss the pros and cons of each option before making a decision. She is a talented dancer and performs in shows. She is a talented dancer and performs in shows. The bus driver was very professional. The bus driver was very professional. We have no finished tickets. We have no finished tickets. Anesthesiologist will never be. Anesthesiologist will never be. I need to buy a new piano. I need to buy a new piano. Couldn't apply next year. Couldn't apply next year. Also, don't forget to bring your sunscreen to the beach. Also, don't forget to bring your sunscreen to the beach. You are the stockbroker every month. You are the stockbroker every month. They will be industrialists in the twilight. They will be industrialists in the twilight. Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. Both parties must come to a mutual agreement. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix this computer problem. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix this computer problem. I have a concern. I have a concern. He is reading a book in the library. He is reading a book in the library. Loses often. Loses often. I'm going to France for vacation next month. I'm going to France for vacation next month. This exercise is easier than the previous one. This exercise is easier than the previous one. We couldn't make the occasional window cleaner. We couldn't make the occasional window cleaner. The politics of the country is popular. The politics of the country is popular. Will it hit at sunrise? Will it hit at sunrise? We have sufficient resources to complete the project. We have sufficient resources to complete the project. I can stretch at sunrise. I can stretch at sunrise. What a helpful friend. What a helpful friend. Today. His grandson was a tailor. His grandson was a tailor. I have 2 children, 2 boys. I have 2 children, 2 boys. He wouldn't complain. He wouldn't complain. Our brothers were preachers. Our brothers were preachers. Can I use this? Can I use this? He had a band-aid on his finger. He had a band-aid on his finger. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. Why am I not helping you? Why am I not helping you? I am very impressed. I am very impressed. We are excited to open a new page in our lives. We are excited to open a new page in our lives. Do you like basketball? Do you like basketball? Cousins are messengers. Cousins are messengers. You can adapt after one night. You can adapt after one night. He took a picture of the sunset. He took a picture of the sunset. Must vote occasionally. Must vote occasionally. You were a salesperson every day. You were a salesperson every day. Was our grandmother a publisher? Was our grandmother a publisher? He will go to painting class in the evening. He will go to painting class in the evening. They will buy a new car next year. They will buy a new car next year. They play tennis all afternoon. They play tennis all afternoon. Have you been to this country before? Have you been to this country before? This is a short story. This is a short story. Ma'am, you just turned 18. Ma'am, you just turned 18. He's going to propose to his girlfriend next weekend. He's going to propose to his girlfriend next weekend. He spent days working on his presentation to deliver it flawlessly. He spent days working on his presentation to deliver it flawlessly. Maybe one day job. Maybe one day job. Do you have a fever? Do you have a fever? The clock works all day. The clock works all day. I'm still a student, but I don't like being a student. I'm still a student, but I don't like being a student. Can't let it? Can't let it? What's the problem? What's the problem? What a beautiful sunset. What a beautiful sunset. Can the industrialist be annual? Can the industrialist be annual? Better times for your body. Better times for your body. They were watching a football match on TV. They were watching a football match on TV. Plan. Plan. Can I pay with Apple Pay? Can I pay with Apple Pay? Would fail. Would fail. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to attend the meeting. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to attend the meeting. Will you be able to get to the party in time? Will you be able to get to the party in time? He wrote a letter to his friend. He wrote a letter to his friend. Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? Do we always meet? Do we always meet? They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. I do my homework every evening. I do my homework every evening. Your wife is a docker. Your wife is a docker. She is more talkative than her sister. She is more talkative than her sister. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his parents. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his parents. They lived in the same neighborhood for years before they met each other. They lived in the same neighborhood for years before they met each other. The most beautiful place I've ever visited. The most beautiful place I've ever visited. When will you come to my office? When will you come to my office? Do you base it every month? Do you base it every month? We must start or we cannot finish. We must start or we cannot finish. They want to learn to speak French. They want to learn to speak French. I prefer comedy movies to action movies. I prefer comedy movies to action movies. He has to study for the English exam. He has to study for the English exam. Can you give us advice? Can you give us advice? You remember 2 weeks. You remember 2 weeks. Immediately. Immediately. Are they going to sing in 2 minutes? Are they going to sing in 2 minutes? Then I couldn't work. Then I couldn't work. We will celebrate New Year's with friends. We will celebrate New Year's with friends. Will it not support after 4 years? Will it not support after 4 years? You are not behaving. You are not behaving. I'll be waiting for 30 minutes when the train arrives. I'll be waiting for 30 minutes when the train arrives. Not a judge now. Not a judge now. Let me think. Let me think. We have a lot of tickets for what's going to be released in the next sprint. We have a lot of tickets for what's going to be released in the next sprint. Can we go somewhere? Can we go somewhere? He couldn't get it out. He couldn't get it out. What a great achievement. What a great achievement. Dogs are weird. Dogs are weird. Will they not burn? Will they not burn? We'll stop at noon. We'll stop at noon. I cheered for my team at the match. I cheered for my team at the match. Let's start. Let's start. I go to the library to study. I go to the library to study. My sister doesn't eat meat. My sister doesn't eat meat. Untimely. Untimely. Congressman could be 2 more mornings later. Congressman could be 2 more mornings later. Our location is convenient and easy to find. Our location is convenient and easy to find. They may not be fishermen after a year. They may not be fishermen after a year. You have internet problem on your side. You have internet problem on your side. He can speak English fluently. He can speak English fluently. International relations are shaped by economic, political and cultural factors. International relations are shaped by economic, political and cultural factors. Cruising. Cruising. They were volunteers at the local animal shelter. They were volunteers at the local animal shelter. These vegetables are fresh from the garden. These vegetables are fresh from the garden. I taught myself to swim. I taught myself to swim. I will stand up for what I believe in. I will stand up for what I believe in. Where can I find baking supplies? Where can I find baking supplies? His legendary skills on the basketball court were unmatched. His legendary skills on the basketball court were unmatched. As you remember. As you remember. I will be waiting for you at the airport. I will be waiting for you at the airport. The restaurant was full of people. The restaurant was full of people.